Hey, we're live. We're
Hey,
live. Another week, another SNL show, except there's no S today, so we got the PNL show. But
yeah, it's
I
just
assure you more.
different part of the alphabet here.
Yeah, but profit and loss. I'm sure, whatever. There's gonna be
We'll
more
take
profit than loss in this episode.
we'll take the profit, not the loss.
Take the profit, take the profit. But hey, in this episode, we're going to be talking about unique neighborhoods in Orange County. I know there's several, but we're going to be going over 4 of them. And this is kind of exciting for us to do because you have your basic cookie cutter homes in Orange County. There's some clients of ours that want something with a little bit more character, but we're going to show you some unique homes for Orange County.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's start off in Huntington Beach. Specifically, if you're looking west of Bouchard, north of Indianapolis, these are the Deane Gardens homes, so South Huntington Beach. Some unique characteristics about the Deane Gardens home. There's about 140 homes. They're mid-century, have mid-century vibe, built in the late 60s. High ceilings, large windows. A lot of them have indoor atriums. But what's really unique when you're driving around the neighborhood here is they have private walls in the front. So large walls in the front there. They have 4 different models. They range from as small as a 2-bedroom to a 4-bedroom, a little more than 2,000 square feet on the 4-bedroom model. And they're very rare. I don't think one sold in over a year. I think May of 2020 was the last time that there was one that sold there. But if there was one to come on based on the average appreciation of when the last one sold, my guess would be, depending on obviously interior condition, they would be listed between the 1.3 to 1.4 range, if not more. But if we're looking at a street view here, you can tell in the front of these homes that of those large private walls that I'm talking about. But when you get inside and you're taking a look, they have these really cool ceilings. They're high, they're beamed, large, extra large windows, more like larger than your average. And then a lot of them have the enclosed atriums where you can access that atrium through 3 different sliders for a lot of these homes too. But only 140 homes in this unique neighborhood of Huntington Beach. And yes, once again, this is called the Deane Gardens homes.
Yeah, the one great thing about those is that once you get inside that wall, it's your own oasis. Basically, you flow all the way around the home once you're inside your private space. Obviously, the walls, as you mentioned, are extra tall. So that was something that obviously was part of the design that the city allowed to have with those particular homes, is that they would have higher walls, creating a really interesting, really cool private compound.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're looking in Huntington Beach area and you want that mid-century feel, you want that enclosed atrium, there are only a couple neighborhoods that offer that. Deane Gardens is one. I think there's one, Sol Vista, Philip, I think, has another enclosed atrium, but they don't have the high walls like this in the front. So this is a really good option for those that are looking for that mid-century vibe, a little bit of character, and staying close to the beach for Huntington Beach.
Absolutely. It's a great neighborhood.
Yeah. Should we move on to the next one?
Oh, yeah, let's move on to the next one. This is a completely different switch. We'll go to Floral Park in Santa Ana, which, Orange County was incorporated in 1898, and as Orange County, because the 2 major crops at the time were corn and grapes, but they didn't think Corn County had the same lure as Orange County. So that's why they chose Orange County, trying to lure people from the East Coast to California to set up their own operation. So Floral Park is a really beautiful, old, one of the original iconic neighborhoods in Orange County. It stretches between Broadway and Victoria for the most part. Broadway and Flower. And this is a neighborhood where a lot of the original families built their actually large compounds or large family homes. It has a very Beverly Hills feel. It's very unique in Orange County that you won't find that because of the amazing setbacks, the landscape, the different type of architecture. There's over 100 homes in Floral Park that are on the historic registry. So it shows you it would be a great just a tour if you had a day to drive around the county and see some unique areas and neighborhoods. You'll see some beautiful architecture there. You'll see a great piece of Orange County history, because it is one of the original neighborhoods. Also in the same area, you have some iconic buildings there, the Bowers Museum, also the YMCA building, which was designed by Paul William, who also designed the Beverly Hills Hotel. other famous buildings, including that iconic LAX, the LAX Stratosphere, if you will, the building there. So it has a history of not only unique architecture, beautiful homes, but then also of very well-known architects and people who actually were there. The founders of the Alpha Beta, if you've been in California long enough to know the Alpha Beta chain store, which now are the supermarkets, which now were part of Albertsons, I think they were purchased. But that family is one of the example of a family that did very well in California, starting their business here. So it's an awesome neighborhood, and it's worth a visit for anybody.
I will say, when we were talking about discussing unique neighborhoods for Orange County, Philip, without skipping a beat, you said Floral Park right off the bat, and you can tell because you have a lot of knowledge with that particular area. But when we were doing those street views, I mean, you could tell that those tree-lined streets are so mature now and beautiful. And some of the older homes for Floral Park are 100 years old now.
Absolutely, that was it was originally started, or originally the builders that built there were for World War I veterans returning. So that was starting around 1920. So you have just gorgeous classic homes there that, as I say, if you love architecture, you love history, and you don't want to have to go too far to travel, make a day trip out to Floral Park, drive the streets, eat in some of the cool restaurants in the Arts District in Santa Ana, check out the Bowers Museum, or some of the other just the commercial unique buildings there. It's a great outing.
Absolutely. And right now we're thumbing through photos from an active listing that's currently available, provided by First Team, 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,432 square feet in Floral Park for $889. So this is a perfect example of a historic home that you can get in the beautiful Floral Park community of Santa Ana.
Absolutely.
Okay, should we move on to number 3?
Sure. I'll flip it back to you.
Okay, I'm going to stick with the mid-century modern theme, and we're going to be talking about Eichler homes. Eichler homes are really special. You can find them in a couple areas of California. In NorCal, there's some areas by San Jose that have Eichler homes. But here in Orange County, there's 3 different neighborhoods that can provide us with these beautiful Eichler homes. That these ones were built very much like the Deane Gardens homes, built in the 60s. They're pretty spacious. They range from about 2,000 square feet to around 2,500 square feet for the original floor plans. I know some people have added on, so you can get some larger homes there. But a lot of them have 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, and just like the Deane Garden homes, they feature atriums, multi-purpose rooms. They also have extra large windows and sliders, and just a really cool all-around vibe. Over 300 homes are available in these particular neighborhoods within Deane Gardens, and there are a lot more active inventory for the Deane Garden homes because there's twice as many homes than twice as many homes of Eichler homes than there are Deane Gardens.
Right.
And I think there's one that's under contract right now that we can show you a perfect example of on Oakwood, but that one is about 1.5 million. But you can the Eichler homes right now in Orange are ranging between 1.2 to 1.5. But the one that right now that's under contract, listed by Better Living SoCal in Orange County, this is on the higher end, but you can tell based on the square footage and the pool and the interior condition of the home why it's on the higher end. It's just a really, really cool home.
Right. The Eichler, and just like other mid-centuries, the Eichler homes were quintessential of that California lifestyle of bringing the outdoors in by, like you say, having the central atrium, and then having all the massive amounts of just walls of glass and windows, doors that just make you almost feel like you're standing outside when you're actually inside. And it's a love-hate relationship with Eichlers in some cases because of all the glass and all that. Very hard to heat and cool in some ways, but the people who love them and love the mid-century vibe, it's just one of those things that you deal with, and it doesn't affect the value. It doesn't affect them selling because they're always been popular, and of course right now especially mid-century's been popular for several years now, and it continues because of the people love the clean lines, they love the volumes of space, and just what's offered there on just something that's unique, but also really cool in its own way.
I mean, just going through these photos, look at the floor to ceiling glass that you're talking about. That's just like surrounds some of these rooms, the tall ceilings with the beams. It's just such a unique style and architecture that just, I don't know. Like, again, if you're looking for that mid-century vibe in Orange County and you want something that's really unique, Eichler homes are a great way to go.
Absolutely, yeah. This was a production version of some of the custom homes that were started out from the 60s, and then here's a neighborhood that famous architects just came together and created several different neighborhoods, as you mentioned, all over California with this beautiful, extensive mid-century architecture.
Absolutely. Shall we round out the list here with number 4? Again, we're talking about unique homes in Orange County. Just to recap so far before we get to number 4, we've talked about Deane Gardens in Huntington Beach, Floral Park in Santa Ana, Eichler Homes in Orange, and Philip.
And now we're going to go historic again. I know you got the mid-century, I got the historic.
Okay.
This is a neighborhood that a lot of people may not even know exists, and what the history is behind it. But it's the Crystal Cove neighborhood. And for those that have driven on Pacific Coast Highway down through South County from Newport Beach to Laguna Beach, you've probably seen the Date Shack or the Shake Shack or whatever that's called. That's right there at Crystal Cove. Well, what you might not realize is there's a whole village of turn-of-the-century cottages below the Date Shack that were originally part of the Irvine Company. The Irvine Company, Irvine Ranch, owned all the land basically from Irvine all the way to the coast. And this community just were a bunch of squatters that basically just came in and started tent camping and hanging out there at Crystal Cove. And then over time, they started building more substantial structures. And eventually the Irvine Company set up an actual land lease type of thing for the families that had done that. So now you have what's evolved in the cliffs. There are all these wonderful little cottages that over time, families have passed them down for generations and generations from the turn of the century to until basically 1979 or so, when the Irvine Company sold the land to the state, so it became Crystal Cove State Park. But this is worth a try. There's a restaurant there right on the beach, the Beachcomber. I know, Lane, you've been there. You're a foodie, so you know all the hot spots. And they have great breakfast and lunch. There's a museum there. There's a gift shop. Right now, of course, the cottages, as of 1990, the state took them back and now is in the process of restoring them. And they're part of the state park system now, which you have to go, you have to book early, but you can book those for your vacation, for a beach vacation spot, if you are lucky enough to be able to get a reservation. So it's a great community that you can't live there, you can't buy there now, but you can go there and really, once again, see a really cool piece of Orange County history that just evolved from squatters on the beach to cottages that were passed down to generations. And now it's awesome that it's being able to be shared for to everybody, that they can come and spend time at Crystal Cove and enjoy the uniqueness of that community. And it's like I said, it's a great piece of history.
Yeah, there's one thing you said there. You have to be really lucky to get in. And the reason why we're bringing it up at Crystal Cove Laguna Beach here is because even though, like you said, you can't really buy anything there, you can rent those cottages and you have to basically book it 6 to 12 months in advance. And it's even then it's really hard to get in. But I've had better luck getting into the restaurant, like you mentioned, the Beachcomber. They do take reservations. And one thing that you can think about when you're trying to get in to that particular restaurant is if you can't get reservations, because again, you have to do it months in advance to get in there, they only reserve about half the restaurant for reservations and the other half is open for walk-ins. So because they do allow walk-ins there.
Yeah. And the cool thing about that is if you go down and just put your name in, you can stroll through up and down the beach, and while you're waiting for your name to be called for the restaurant or the beeper to go off, however they do it, like I say, you can visit the little museum there that gives you some detailed history about Crystal Cove. Also, as I said, there's a gift shop. So there are fun things to do to kill the time if you don't have a reservation and just want to hang out and wait to eat.
Yeah, and in addition to the location, obviously, for these particular cottages, because it's run by the state, the affordability to rent them out, it's low. The pricing is low. I mean, I think you can get like a 2 or 3 bedroom for just a couple $100s a night on the beach. Yeah, that's absolutely why it's so popular. right now. But that's it. So just to recap from the very beginning, we talked about Deane Gardens homes in Huntington Beach. We talked about Floral Park, Santa Ana, Eichler, Orange, Crystal Cove, and Laguna Beach. And these are just 4 of unique areas for Orange County. And we're just happy to provide these particular areas and different information on something that you might not have known about.
Absolutely. There's always surprises around there that you don't know about right in your backyard.
Yeah, and Philip, thank you for filling in for Scott. For those of us that don't know, a shameless plug, Scott's competing right now on a national level for a skating competition. And after this video, if you're watching this live, check out on Facebook USA Roller Sports. I believe there's going to be a live stream coming up soon. We might be able to see our very own Scott on there perform and bring home the gold medal.
Absolutely. He's a defending national champion from a couple of years ago. So
that's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
Absolutely. Well, as always, I'm happy to fill in anytime.
Thank you so much. And as always, we love doing these shows same time, same place every single week on Wednesdays, SnL. My name is Lane.
And I'm Philip.
And we're signing off.
Have a great day.